When it comes time to filing our taxes, many Americans are guilty of waiting until the last possible minute. Well, this year, why not make a resolution to avoid the headache and file them early? I'm joined today by Bethy Hardiman from Credit Karma, who's going to tell us exactly why we should not wait. Good morning.
Good morning.
There's a lot of procrastinators out there. I don't know. How can you make us change our mind? Do it now.
That's absolutely true. And, first of all, just get it out of the way. It's done. It's over. It's not hanging over your head. But if that doesn't convince you, I have a couple other great reasons to file early. First of all, a lot of people are anticipating refunds. And the sooner you file, the sooner you get that refund. And you might already have that money planned out, right? And most importantly is really about tax fraud. So tax fraud happens mostly early on in the season, and the sooner you file your taxes, you might be preventing someone else from filing with your information. And something else that's really important to remember is maybe you actually owe taxes, but just because you file right now, you don't have to pay until the due date, which is April 18th this year. So don't feel like you have to put up that cash right now.
Well, that's good to know. Hey, we always want more cash, right? We want a bigger refund. Any tips on making the most of it, getting more back?
Yeah, for sure. So a really good tip here is don't pay to file your taxes in the first place. A lot of Americans end up paying $70 to $100 or more to file their taxes. And you don't have to do that. So you can actually file for free using Credit Karma Tax, and anybody can do it. Doesn't matter what your income level is or if you have deductions. It's completely free. And paying to file your taxes really just takes a chunk out of that refund, right? So avoid that altogether if you can.
All right, and I know you had some suggestions on what to actually do with our tax refund once we get it. Hopefully it's a lot more.
I do have some suggestions, and first one's not that fun, but it's a really smart financial decision, and that is put some of that refund towards credit card debt. So we just got out of the holidays. A lot of us racked up debt either using paying for travel or for gifts, and that comes with a big interest rate typically. So it's a good idea to avoid paying that interest and put some of your refund toward that debt. Secondly, pay yourself back. So what I mean by that is if you don't have an emergency fund already, start one. You want to have 3 to 6 months of savings in there in case something happens. And then if you have kids, think about saving for their college tuition and planning for their future in that way. And after you've done those things, if you have something left over, then you can treat yourself.
Okay, thanks. And then, hey, last question too, earned income tax credit. Who is eligible for that? Break that down for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's really geared toward low to moderate income working individuals. And it depends on a lot of different factors. It depends on how much you make, how many dependents you have, if you are on disability. So the important thing here is you don't have to be a tax expert. Use a tool like Credit Karma Tax. We'll walk you through, ask you questions to get at whether or not you qualify. So you don't need to know. And it's a huge potential opportunity. The average last year was $2,400 for that tax credit.
But again, the main message this morning, from what I understand from you, is do it now as soon as possible. Go ahead and file.
That's right. Get started today.
All right. Any website you want to send us to before we wrap up?
Absolutely. Go to creditkarma.com/tax. You can file for free today.
All right. Happy tax season.
Happy tax season.